Hello, this is Julie. I'm using the InVue software right now, and I'd like to show you how to make a nice gift basket from a doily using the InVue software. So the first thing I'm going to do is go up to this four-colored icon at the top of the screen and click on it. This is the image gallery. I'm going to select online. I've already signed in. And I'm going to select Pazel's Craft Room, and I'm going to search for Doily. And type in Doily in the search field and then press Enter. And it finds all the doilies and puts them in this folder, Pazel's Craft Room Results. Now I can see all the doilies that are posted in the Pazel's Craft Room, and I can browse through them to find a doily that I'd like to use. And the one I'm going to use today is called the Lattice Doily. In order to get that on my screen, I will click on this blue arrow, and as you can see, it's gone onto my screen. So I'll close the gallery, and now I would like to resize this design. To do that, I go up to the left corner and click on WH. I want to resize this, let's say to 8.5. That way I could use this on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper if I wanted to. I'm going to click on this little icon here so that it will retain proportions. I unclicked it because I already entered that size with it checked. So now I've got 8.5 by 8.5, and I'll just leave it on the center and click on Apply. And that gives me an 8.5 inch round doily. Now you could size the doily any size you want, but this will work for this purpose. Now what I want to do is add a square to the center. To do that, I'm going to click on the rectangle icon and enter the size of 3 by 3. Now I just click on the mat and it gives me a 3 by 3 square. I want to change the color of the lines just so that they're different. I right-clicked on the light green. If I want to fill that with light green, I could left-click, but I really don't want to fill it. These are going to be the score lines for the bottom of the basket. Now I'd like to center these, so I just select everything by dragging around both, and then under Alignment, click Center and Apply. This puts that perfectly in the center. Now I would also like to make these score lines, so I'm going to change the line style to a -2. That gives me some score lines in the middle. Actually, I'm going to keep them solid for the time being, because what I want to do is duplicate this square several times to make the fold lines and cut lines for our basket. So with this selected, I need to make several more, and I'm going to do a mirror, and by clicking this icon I will get a clone when I do a mirror. So the first mirror I want is horizontally left, or to make this a square to the left of the original square. So with clone checked, I can click on clone and it automatically goes to the left. Now I'll click that square again. First I'm going to send this to the back so it won't keep getting it in the way. Right click, arrange, move to back. Now I want to click this square again, and I want to mirror it horizontally to the right and click on clone, and it goes to the right. Now I'm going to click on the middle one again. I want it to go vertically up, clone, click it again, and I want to go vertically down and clone. Now I have perfectly centered and arranged shapes here. What I want to do is select that middle shape again, and it's selecting the outside. I'm going to move that again to the back. Oh, I know a better thing. I'm going to lock that so that now I can't select it. When I click on it, it won't get in the way, because I really don't need to move it. And I also want to kind of lock the middle as well. It appears to be locked. So I'm going to erase some of the lines that I don't need. For example, these lines outside of the basket I don't need. So I'm going to click on the eraser, erase segment, which is on the left toolbar, third from the bottom, and I'm just going to click on these segments that I don't need, and that gets rid of those for me. And now I want to turn some of these into score lines. All these middle ones are score lines. Before I do that though, I've got duplicate lines here in the middle. I don't need two lines here. I have the line from the center and the line from the top, so I'm going to get rid of that line. And I don't need two lines here. I'm going to get rid of this one. And I don't need two lines here. And I don't need two lines here. Some of these lines are going to be cut lines, and some are going to be score lines. All of these are score lines. So maybe I'll change those. I'll change the score lines, right click, change those to purple, change them to, well, I'll leave them cut, but I'm just going to make them dashed. Dash 2 will work. Now all of these lines I can bring to the front, arrange, bring to front so we can see them. A little hard to see with that purple. Maybe I should make those green. And then these lines here are going to be cut lines. This one, this one, this one, and this one. These are all going to be cut lines. They're solid up here. I'll make these blue just so we can still see them. Okay, so we have score lines across here and cut lines here. And now this will cut. If we don't like to have these lines so long, we can select them and change the length. I can select both of these and change the length by clicking on the top arrow and then WH and make these 2.24 and alignment on the right. And I don't need a clone. I just apply. So that shortened them so that the lines won't be hanging over. I'll do the same here so you can see it again. I select both of these, I change the height, the width to 2.24, and this time I'm going to center to the left. That's so that it'll shorten it from this end, and apply. So now I have those lines going over the edges, just up to the edges. I'm going to select these, also these, and we're going to make these lines, well, I'll just get these. I'm going to make these 2.24 high, 2.24, and we'll send these to the bottom and apply. I guess they could be a little bit taller to go to the edge of that doily. And these 2.25. And apply. This would be I needed them to be undo. I need those to be at the top center. Center, top. Apply. There we go. Make that a little bit longer. Okay, so now we're ready to cut. This doily will turn into a very nice little basket. What happens when I cut it on these lines right here, when I assemble it, all of the pieces will fold towards the center. If you fold them straight up, you will get a box. If you drag this corner over to this corner to meet it, you will get a basket. So you have your choice of making a box with straight up sides, or you can make it a basket with slanted sides. I made one, so let me see if I can find it for you so you can see a picture. And I call this a doily basket. So here's my doily basket. And you can see here that I made the sides of these baskets fold in just until the points touched, and then glued here and here, here and here. And then I added an 8-inch strip by 1 inch wide of paper to be the handle and decorated it. This will make a nice gift, candy dish, party favors, snack dish. Really nice. Now to make the handle, I'll click on the rectangle, and I want to make this 1 inch wide by 8.5 inches tall, 8.5, and I'm going to just click, and there it is. So I need to change those to cut lines. So with it, top arrow selected and the shape selected, I'll change the line style to lines. And there we have it. I can fill those with red. Left click, right click, and I now have my doily that will cut nice and easy. This cuts out quickly and makes a very nice gift with very little assembly. Thank you for watching.